Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back and ready for another day in paradise as we play XCOM The Long War. Yes, these old aliens of ours are calling out to us saying, "Sir, can we rule you? You're crude and you're nothing to me, so we'll invade the North Sea." And that is where, Sir Phil Collins would normally encourage us to stop and think twice before we act, perhaps checking our privilege as we do so, but that's not the way things roll with this XCOM project. We aren't really a brain sort of operation with me at the helm. We're more ruled entirely by instinct and intuition. And while that may seem like an incredibly poor strategy, and frankly probably it is, but, I feel there's a case to be made for trusting your instincts. Bear in mind, humans been kicking around this old planet of ours for, a couple 100,000 years in our current form, and instinct is what guided us through most of that run. And, thanks in no small part to instinct, we've managed to either outfight, outsmart, or outfuck every single species that's ever had the temerity to challenge our dominance. We're the reigning champs, folks. Undefeated. Through an absolutely ridiculous number of title defenses, we've never been bested. And if instinct is good enough to get us past,
New promotions available in the armory.
Yes, thank you for interrupting me there, Magil. I wasn't making a point or anything. But as I was saying, if instinct is good enough to get us past ice ages, mass extinctions, influenza, and not being smart enough to not drink our own poop water, then, damn it, it's good enough to carry us through an alien invasion, I feel. So, let's get back to it here. Now, we do have a little base maintenance to take care of, specifically, got a new soldier. Gentleman's gonna need a name. I think it was a gentleman anyway. Let's take a look. Where you at? He's hiding. He seems a little bit trepidatious about being thrust into battle. And I gotta say, since he's gonna be an assault trooper, his reservations are probably well-founded, since the Wall of Shame is filled to the guts with assault troopers' names. 13-foot speed, that's pretty reasonable. His aim is not exactly fantastic, but then again, he is going to be using a shotgun, so it's not exactly critical. Defense, okay. Willpower, okay. His health is low, which is frankly a problem, since he's going to be an assault trooper. But, whatever. We give him some running in. Oh, we gotta give him a name, because Bernard Bauer Tombstone, I mean, Jack Bauer is hard and all, and his cousin Bernard, I have to imagine, could only be equally hard. But, that simply won't do. We'll take a look at that in a moment. So we're going to give him his, just kind of our standard corporal layout, run and gun, close combat specialist, tactical sense. Man, let's take a look at you. Brown hair, sort of garden variety features, kind of an oafish brow. You know what? I mentioned him the other day about being a giant badass, and yeah, I think this is Nick Stahl. That's right, Mr. John Connor himself. That's yeah. So we're looking at, so we're gonna load him up on a team, and I mean, what better nickname for John Stahl than, I mean, Tombstone actually is a pretty cool nickname, but it's not as cool as Terminator. So it's gonna be Nick Terminator Stahl. Welcome to the team, my friend. Glad to have you aboard. Should be an interesting career, although if, yours turns out anything like Willow Smith, it's gonna be interestingly short. Willow's was snapped off after, I think, a whopping 2 missions, so congratulations there. Or condolences. I'm not really sure which one is more appropriate, if I'm perfectly honest with you there, Nick. You're probably going to be dead real soon, is sort of what I'm getting at. Anyway, got that taken care of. Let's,
available in the armory.
Yes, once again, thank you, Magil, for reminding me. I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's head on up to Mission Control and trust our instincts as we get to scanning and see if maybe they can get us through the day. Little psychic training finishing off here. Tara Reid and failure. Like peanut butter and jelly, like peanut butter and chocolate, like peanut butter and basically bread or most other foods. Why is it that we put peanut butter together with anything? What the hell is about peanut butter that makes it so easily combinable? Anyway, like all those things, Tara Reid and failure, they go together. It's natural. It's sort of the way of the world. And since you failed, Tara Reid, worthless piece of shit, why don't you get your ass back in a fucking tube? Punk. We need you to have Psy Shadow, and really, we kind of need you to quit dilly-dallying. You've been in the tube longer than I'm comfortable with as it is, Tara. I wonder if she's just sandbagging. I say that, but I'm not sure Tara is actually bright enough to sandbag. She may not understand the concept. Why the hell not? Mexico, enjoy those Mechtoid cores. I've been doing nothing with them, and let's face it, they're pretty easily replaceable. We get mechtoids on just about every goddamn mission, so... Alright, this is interesting. Another harvest mission. The aliens are really going hardcore at this harvesting shit lately. Old Flight Officer Peanuts Hash and Raven 21. It's nice to see them on duty. Speaking of, you know what? Hold on a second. Raven 21 there isn't exactly blowing our hair back with his avalanche missiles. Let's just get him taken care of. Sure, Panzer Vol. Someone who has a legitimately intimidating nickname. I'm honestly not sure how to feel about that. Only ironic nicknames are allowed in our project. Which I have to assume means that Panzer is like 5'1", probably like 102 pounds, soaking wet. Seems like the kind of guy that'd get the Panzer nickname in our sort of project. We're not going to dick around, though. We're going to send up old Lawn Dart Paulson. And he's going to skewer this bitch quite nicely. Honestly, Paulson, if you want to just blow this thing up into a complete flaming ball of wreckage, I wouldn't be upset for a change, since everybody who really needs Psychic EXP is sort of otherwise occupied, and Sean Penn, Military Superman, is not available to lead this raid. So if you just want to flat out destroy this thing, okay, sure. Alternatively, you could do the opposite of what I encouraged you to do, which typically is how our interceptor pilots work. When I don't want them to blow something up, they blow it up. When I would prefer that they blow something up, they of course fail. Sectoid commanders, outsiders, muton elites, mutons, thin man, seeker, mechtoid. Okay, let's take a look at our crew. This, we have some potential here. Probably going to go with a dual mech outlook on this one, since I know a number of our, I don't want to say elite, but I will say good troopers are otherwise occupied or engaged, mostly being tired from the last large UFO we did, in no short order, nor no small part at any rate. Still got Hugh Real Steel Jaxman ready and willing to lead this fight, and we can trust, I think, Hugh Jaxman probably with this mission. He's led raids on large UFOs before. I trust the Wolverine. That's where my trust lies. Seriously, and I mean that in all seriousness, if the character Wolverine actually ran for president of our country, I would certainly vote for him. I would also vote for Hugh Jaxman, even though he's not a native citizen, and I think probably not legitimately eligible to run for president. If he ran, I would still vote for him over basically any other candidate. Who else we got? I'm actually looking for a gunner, and specifically I'm looking for like Taylor Moose Lautner or maybe Nicki Minaj. The Crater is available. The Crater is going. Nikki, look at this, Nikki. So eager to get into battle, she came pre-equipped. Fantastically done, Nikki Crater Minaj. You are a dynamo. Little minx, you. So eager to get into battle, you came with your gear already. Jesse Tool Pusher Game. James here is on set and ready, locked and loaded. Jesse, do you have... No, you need to go into tube, Jesse. Ideally, you should be in the tube that currently is holding Tara Reid. Yeah. Except Tara Reid's a worthless piece of shit who refuses to give up her tube position. So that leaves us with you or Sun Kang. Take a look at Sun Kang very quickly. Sun Kang also needs to go in the tube. Alright then. Alright, it's gonna have to be Jesse James then. As much as I don't necessarily... We could also take Kim Kardashian. Nah. Jesse is just... He's flat out better than Kim K. He really is. He has Mind Fray, which we can probably put to good use. I hate to waste Psychic EXP for Jesse, but I think them's going to kind of be the breaks. Let's make items available very quickly. I think for Jesse, we'll go with regular Titan armor for now. Jesse actually is pretty quick for a or an engineer. I think we're going to give Jesse a regular... No, you know what? We can't do that. Let's give him the carbine. He's going to need the enhanced foot speed because I'm going to load Jesse down with some more grenades. Going to pop those battle scanners since every large UFO mission we ever do is nothing but pod collapse anyway. I'd rather have the explosives and rather than battle scanners we're not likely to employ. Everything's going to be crawling up our asshole anyway. There's no need to go looking for trouble. We do not have any psychically active troopers ready. They're all tired. Which is somewhat unfortunate, because we could actually use some. Day Groovy Diggs. I mean, we got Ian Ziering. Oh boy. We could have Alan Hawkeye Alda as pulling medic duty on this train, and I really just don't see that happening at all. It's going to have to be Chris the Surgeon Brown. So this mission has got more than a little bit of tentativeness coming off of it. I'm feeling a little uncertain about our chances. I don't really like our team. 86% here for, or rather 86 aim for the surgeon. Let's go ahead and give him a stock plasma rifle. I think the surgeon probably can handle it. Also, I think we're likely going to need the damage, and we're definitely going to go then with a 2-mech unit layout here. So what else do we need then? We need a scout and we need an assault trooper. What do we got for scouting? Very, very little. Dominic Purcell is our best scout, huh? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, Tara Reid. Yeah, this is not good. Alright then. So, we could send Reb Brown, but that's going to put Reb Brown in a hospital. But he would only be lightly wounded. I mean, we could get the Rebster back. Oh, Jaden Smith's going to be back in 6 hours. Screw this. We're going to wait for Jaden. So we'll go back to briefing. We're going to wait the 6 hours. There we go. Oh, that's Sean Connery. That's Jaden Smith. Alright then. So we'll just
promotions available in
yes,
the armory.
thanks, Magil. Appreciate it. Really like you know, the way that you speak to us all the time when we're not necessarily interested in what you have to say, but the constant reminders that there are promotions available that I don't really give a good goddamn about really is useful. On the plus side, I think our troopers should keep their gear loadouts. So let's just put everybody back. Still need huge Axeman, of course, leading the charge. Trust in the Wolverine. Also, as just a general reminder, vote Wolverine 2016. Get a gunner. We had Nicki Minaj. Nikki. There we go. Medic. Chris Surgeon Brown was our medic. Master Sergeant Jaden Smith. We had Jesse Tool Pusher James on engineering duties. That just leaves us needing an assault trooper, and I think our assault trooper is probably going to be Sir Sidney Portier. I believe everybody else is, yep, Miley Cyrus is out for a day, so it's Sir Sidney who's going to get the call on this one. Let's give Sir Sidney a little bit of well, let's go ahead and make items available, because apparently we gave out all of our Archangel armor. We have 1 suit, 2 suit. No, Sir Sidney should have a suit available. There it is. Little Archangel armor for Sir Sidney then. Of course, Sir Sidney's going to carry a reflex cannon because, I mean, shit, why would he not? Walker servos to help with speed. Breaching ammo in case of muton. Bring breaching ammo. Sir Sidney hates those mutons with a passion. Yeah, good goddamn right, son. I'll slap the taste right out their mouths. Arc thrower, of course, for Sir Sidney's kit, and I'm seriously quite enthused with your willingness to slap the taste out the mouth of our dastardly alien friends. Like Jaden Smith is in the locked and loaded position. He's ready to go. Little concerned about Jaden, I gotta say. Since the loss of his sister, he's been a little hesitant. He's only been on 1 mission, but on that mission, I gotta say, he didn't blow my hair back. He was a little tentative, he looked, frankly, terrified for pretty much the entire show. He looked real scared, and more than a little concerned on more than 1 instance. Pretty sure Cypher Rage would be more than a little upset with Jaden had he seen that performance, but I'm going to have to hope he can sort of rally up and do a little better. Where's my Goliath at? Catherine Zeta-Jones, where are you, my dear? There she is. So Kathy Z is going to be the other half of Team Mech Unit here. Give her a Mech 2 suit, of course a railgun for Kathy. Electropulse, flamethrower, which I hope I don't have to use. Illyrium turbos for her, and some weapon gyros, putting Kathy's aim as, I think, about as far north as any of our mech troopers go. Kathy, I believe, has the highest aim of any of our mech units. And that's our team, folks. It's easily not the most powerful team we've ever sent on a large UFO mission. I gotta say, this may be one of the weaker teams we've sent on a large UFO mission. But on the plus side, we did shoot this down, so I think there were 37 aliens only. That's not an overwhelming number, although we did just finish one of these missions, and holy shit, the pod collapse was significant. We found 1 pod, and that one chained into every single other pod on the entire map. So let's hope Operation Driving Whisper goes a little more smoothly than Operation Hot Pipe did. We almost got laid the pipe on Operation Hot Pipe. Let's try and avoid that this time. Also, we're running without a psychically powered troopers here, so we're a little bit undergunned as well. Or at least a little more undergunned than I'd prefer. Do have Jaden Smith backing us up, of course. Jaden, a solid addition to the team. Assuming he's over the loss of Willow, that is. We're still not, you know, jury's still kind of out on that one. Oh, this is an unusual approach vector. I'm not sure we've ever come in from this angle before on a crashed UFO, so very interesting. All right, then. Well, let's get to work, folks. Jaden Smith, begin scouting. I see a ramp of safety over here, and don't really know of any compelling reason why we would choose to not utilize the ramp of safety. But let's have Jaden pitch a nice little battle scanner up here and see if the ramp of safety is, in fact, entirely safe. What do you got, Jaden?
Scanning.
Is it clear up there, buddy? How's it look? Well, the music went into combat music mode. Did it not? Or did it? No, I can't tell. Anything up here? I don't see anything. Looks like the ramp of safety is clear for approach. So, let's move in. That's entirely not what I wanted you to do, Huge Axeman. So, thanks for that. That's okay, though. Looks like we've got wide open spaces.
Heading to that location.
Which I think was a Garth Brooks album. So we're approaching like a Garth Brooks album in the wide open spaces. Gonna have Kathy Z leading the charge. The tool pusher. We're gonna do some double moves here.
10-4.
Seems like we've got pretty wide clearing. We can take advantage of this. Let's be a little aggressive here. Maybe aggression is what we've been lacking on these. Maybe we've been being too cautious lately. Maybe the loss of old Willow Devo Smith has actually affected more than just Jaden. Maybe it's affected me as a commander as well. Maybe I've become too hesitant to take chances with my troopers' lives.
10-4.
It's a real possibility. And honestly, let's face it, if some of these folks are going to get killed, I mean, I purposely picked some of them specifically to be killed.
Heading to that location.
Is anybody really going to regret the loss of Jaden Smith? Really? Had some unfortunate affinities. These guys have been around a long time. I guess I've just grown fond enough of them that even though they're monumental pieces of worthless trash, I don't necessarily want to see them abused and killed. I guess I'm just an old softy. Also, I hear some aliens trying to sneak up my bunghole, and I don't like it when aliens try and sneak up my bunghole. Also wish I had some people on Overwatch to help deal with these aliens that are trying to sneak up my bunghole. We have berserkers, folks. Berserkers! Here they come. Two. One of whom is about to get shot in the face by Sir Sydney. Or rather, scared by a loud noise that came from Sir Sydney's position. So, boom boom, Sir Sydney delivering the fright. Alright, so we got Muton Elites in here, which puts us in a not entirely fantastic position. Gotta kill these berserkers, though. I mean, we can't just let them linger like a Cranberry song. That would be a bad idea. Kathy Z can only see one. That's interesting. Let's see if we can get a free shot from Sir Sydney that maybe connects. 11 damage from Kathy Z. Solid initial output. He's gonna try and intimidate, which should fail. Kathy Z is gonna take a shot, which missed. And then I have to assume when this guy moves, we're going to get another free shot.
No damage on selected target.
Or perhaps not. I was actually expecting to get another free shot from Sir Sydney there, but apparently Sir Sydney is not overly enthused with the idea of taking the bonus kill. Alright. How to best approach this? That other berserker is a problem. Can anybody... No, alright. So only Chris the Surgeon Brown can see that guy. Which means we need Chris the Surgeon Brown to not only take this shot, but we also kind of need it to hit. Surgeon, if you would, apply your scalpel, sir.
I'll get him next time.
You know, I'm very dubious of that claim, in fact. I don't think you will, in fact, get him next time. Please tell me Tiger Cougar Woods can see that, man. Tiger, if you would hit this gentleman, I would appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Tiger Woods not letting us down like Chris the Surgeon Brown did. Of course, in Chris Brown's defense, it has been a considerable amount of time since we've taken Chris on a mission. I mean, the guy has not been seeing a whole lot of work lately. That's really more of a professional failing in Chris's part, but still, he hasn't been getting an abundance of action. So maybe he's just a little rusty, and if we give him an opportunity, he can rally things for us. Not out of the question. Really don't like the fact that a lot of our troopers are real bunched up. That could pose a very, very serious problem for us. Nicki Minaj also needs to get into some form of cover. We may revisit Nicki in a moment. Are we going to need Real Steel to kill that guy? I honestly don't think we will. So we're going to move Real Steel down the row. And the reason I'm doing this, actually, I'm concerned that we're going to have some mutons coming out of this hole and then trying to pepper us with grenades. And if at all possible, I would prefer avoid being, to avoid being peppered by grenades. So let's see if Sir Sidney can maybe handle this guy. I mean, in case of Muton Berserker, Sir Sidney was just boasting about how he would slap the taste out the mouth of any Berserker that had the guts to come near him. Let's see if he can live up to the boast. That looks like a fucking taste slapping to me, I gotta say, Sir Sidney. Yeah, goddamn right it's a taste slapping, boy. And if you speak ill of Sir Sidney again, I'll slap the taste right out your mouth.
I'm on the move.
Sir Sidney, man, he's abrasive, but I tell you what,
Roger that.
fucking, he gets results. Sir Sidney gets shit done. He gets results for us.
On the move.
We're gonna move Jaden Smith up here to bring his distortion field into play. We're gonna put Jaden on Overwatch. We're gonna have Jesse James fall back and go on Overwatch. And let's see how these mutons that were lurking inside retaliate. There were 3 muton elites. They shouldn't have vision on us, which should be helpful from the beginning. And we do have a number of troops on Overwatch. Muton elites don't routinely get lightning reflexes. Although I have to say, if we're got to the point where we've got muton elites coming at us with fucking lightning reflexes, we're in some deep goddamn shit. Jesse James firing wide.
That's a load of bull.
Not really, Jesse. You're not a very good shot. And that was Overwatch. Taking a poke at Tiger Woods. Huge Axeman's going to get a little covering fire, which also missed.
That's a load of bull.
You're right, Huge. That actually is a load of bull, and an unfortunate amount of damage has now been dealt to Tiger Cougar Woods. That's unpleasant. Alright then, how do we rally from this? First off, we got to get Tiger into a little better position. Tiger! Alright, Tiger. It's no big deal, LT Gray. You got the repair servos. I mean, that's you can handle that. You can take that kind of shot. I've seen you take worse, Tiger, and come back swinging for us. So let's not dick about here. We're gonna. Please tell me that's not gonna blow up and kill my own cover. I mean, I'm gonna detonate it with this grenade, but if it blows up and kills my own cover, I'm gonna be a little salty. Well, a little salty is a severe understatement. I'm gonna be real fucking salty. Alright, so the log that we've chosen here as our form of cover is still okay. We know there's an elite taking cover in this doorway. We could have Sir Sidney go up there with his lightning reflexes and do a little bit of damage for us. I'm not sure that's our best play. I think probably our best play, we're going to open up with a single shot from Huge Axeman, who criticals to make up for his earlier failing. Nicely done, Huge. And then I think we'll probably have Huge go on Overwatch for us. We could send Kathy Z up to sort of feel out the situation. I think that's a pretty good plan. So Kathy Z, what do you got? Very interesting. No enemy sighted. Sir Sidney, we need you to come up here then and peek around this corner. Alright, so Sir Sidney can see this guy. Yeah, you thought you were clever there, Mr. Berserker. You thought you were hiding from us. Your plan, sir, has failed in every category. Nicki Minaj did not get Overwatch last time. We're going to reposition with Nicki. Put her in the distortion field, put her on Overwatch. I really would very much like to get a panic on that guy. I don't think Jaden Smith is going to have the movement to get it done. He absolutely does not.
Okay.
So we're going to move Jaden very slightly. We don't need Jaden over here or on Overwatch. We're going to put him on Overwatch over here. And that just leaves us Kathy Z and Sir Sidney. Huge Axeman is going to cover our other flank with some Overwatch fire. I don't like Kathy Z and Sir Sidney being that close together. It's dangerous because this guy could whip grenades at us. In fact, he's very likely to whip grenades at us. Can Chris Brown in any way assist? I think the answer to that question is no. We're just going to have Chris go on Overwatch. Now, we could move Sir Sidney. That's the other opportunity, and then just sort of let Catherine Zeta-Jones take the hit. I think, honestly, that's our best bet. Lightning reflexes, we're not worried about the Overwatch. Sir Sidney will not go down so ignominiously. He is Sir Sidney Poitier. It's going to take some legitimate alien effort to bring him down. It really is. But we're going to put Kathy Z on Overwatch now. A lot of footsteps coming from our left, so Sir Sidney's flank may be a little bit exposed. That's unfortunate. Let's see how Team Elite here responds. Somebody else is coming towards the hole. Is that a blood call? No, that guy's falling back. Unexpected. Nikki Crater Minaj has a shot. It is not a good shot, however, so we may refrain from taking that for the nonce. I'm not overly sanguine about just pell-mell dashing into that room, however. I don't really like that idea, even a little. Let's take Sir Sidney over here. We're worried about something rolling up Sir Sidney's flank. We can take him in. Sir Sidney's going to have a flank shot of his own. I think that's probably worth taking. 14 damage critical, Sir Sidney, pumping out the firepower. And we get perhaps a hollow targeting on that unit. Jesse James, you have hollow targeting and a poor chance to hit. Alternatively, we could Mind Fray, but I think the hollow targeting is going to be more useful for us. So let's apply that. We can save your Mind Fray for a later date. I think we'll have plenty of available opportunities to try and get psychic powers into the mix. So let's have old Kathy Z slip sexily beneath the lasers over here. We expected that fully. 5 damage for Kathy Z. Honestly, not a problem at all. Kathy Z can handle that shit with aplomb. We're going to have her put a round in this gentleman's unfortunate... let's hold off on that. I was about to say we're going to have her put a round in that guy's face, but that may, strictly speaking, not be our best plan. With the hollow targeting, I have to assume one of these 2 shots from Nicki Minaj is going to connect. Thanks for making me look like an asshole, Nikki. I appreciate it. And now I'm wishing I had some explosives to maybe bring down this wall. Mr. Gorbachev, could you bring down this wall? Fortunately for us, I do have explosives because LT Gray is on the scene. So LT Gray, if you would, I really don't care about damage here. I mostly just want you to explode that wall. There we go. So a kill as well. Oh, I was really hoping that would give somebody line of sight to that guy, but it patently did not. Does the opportunity for line of sight exist, is the question. We could also have Kathy Z go for a flamethrower, which would get auto panic. I think it's worth the risk. Actually, you know what? Let's make sure this guy, first off, let's make sure he doesn't have any kind of I can't be panicked ability. Because Muton elites that have, he's got hyperreactive pupils covering firebomb. Alright. So he has nothing that should cause panic to create a situation that will be ruinous for the mission, i.e. crash it. So here we go then. We're just going to panic that elite. He may move actually as well. Nope, because he's in cover. He's going to stay where he's at and hunker down. I am completely comfortable with that. Let's get Jaden Smith up into the mix where he can do a little solid work for us, give some extra defense to Kathy Z and our other troopers. Chris Brown, buddy, you got to get into the fight. So why don't you head forward? You've been cowering, I think, long enough. Real Steel, we're going to have you reload. Cover the outside here with a little bit of Overwatch. Kathy Z's repair servo is going to kick in. 2 extra health for Kathy Z. Still got units approaching on our left. I still hear footsteps from that direction. And, okay, there we go. This is why we had Huge Axeman on Overwatch. It's right exactly for that very reason. Also, some fine work from Huge Axeman there, gotta say. Well pleased with what Huge brought to the table on that turn. Is this cover? No. This is cover. Yes. Also, this may pull out the Overwatch. No, not quite. Is this going to get a kill? In all likelihood, yes, it should get a kill. So, Jaden Smith, if you would be so kind, sir, please eliminate this gentleman. Did you miss, Jaden? What the hell was that? Nope, you just didn't do enough damage. Okay, well, alright then. Bit of a problem then. We have a, yes indeed, this is how can we not see that guy? Because, of course, he is abusing the patented ramp of safety rules. OSHA's going to be real pissed. That's okay, though. We know how to get around it. We've encountered this problem enough times that we know how to surmount it. And on the plus side, you want to take advantage of some line-of-sight bullshit? Hey, you're not the only one, gentlemen, that can take advantage of line-of-sight bullshit. We've played this game a time or two, Mr. Mechtoid. We know how this shit works. Much like Nicolas Cage in The Rock, we know how this shit works. Do you know how this shit works? Clearly not, or you wouldn't be fucking with us. That's the answer to that question. And speaking of fucking with us, Jesse James is about to give you all the fuck you can handle. And by that I mean throw a gigantic Eat Warheads grenade on top of this proximity mine and wreck your shit and most certainly kill your little sectoid buddy there as well.
Special.
Stealing Hugh Jackman's line with the fastball special. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what happens when you mess with the bull. You get the horns. Jesse James is our bull. He gets the horns. Nicki Minaj, I have to assume this is going to be a death blow. Almost entirely a death blow. So Nicki Minaj doing some work. Getting shit done. And with the victory celebratory shot, just to make sure those little sectoid bastards hiding back behind this rock know who the fuck is in charge of shit. And they know that it is, in fact, not them. It is Nicki Minaj. 3% lower than I would like here, but I'm still going to take it. I want to shoot the farther unit. Get a better chance of getting somebody with a firing solution on the remaining gentlemen. This is very intriguing. Kathy Z has not gone yet, right? Nope. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we still had Kathy Z available if she's needed, because I'm about to do something that is probably very foolhardy. But hey, like I said, play by instinct. Go with your guts. Trust your baser notions. And once again, it is paid out. Muton Elite stunned. That's another heavy plasma rifle for us. We did have Kathy Z available, of course, in case we needed a backup, but turns out the services of Catherine Zeta-Jones will not be needed today. She's going to walk over here and flank shot this little sectoid gentleman right in his big gray dome. Bam! Also, I gotta say, sectoids in this game look a lot like, I can't remember the name of the actor, but if you saw Green Lantern, the big, like, hydrocephalic guy that was in Green Lantern that played, I don't know what the hell his name was, Parallax. I mean, sort of Parallax, and that they called him Parallax, but it totally wasn't actually Parallax. That guy. Sectoids kind of got that similar head thing going on. Psychic powers as well, so I mean, you know, more than a little in common with the Parallax who is not Parallax. We could advance here, but I would feel more comfortable with taking a bit of a regrouping turn. Also, I'd very much like to make sure that sort of the bunghole of the ship remains clear. So let's not do anything too terrifyingly dangerous. And in that respect, I think we'll readjust over to here. And I'm... Oh, did you throw your battle scanner already, Jaden? Jaden already threw his battle scanner. Well, just reload then. I'd like to get everyone on the sort of on board in the zone, as it were, before we really begin sort of scattering about. So Sydney, why don't you just take a step over here? You can reload for us. Anybody who's down ammo, we'd like you to rectify that problem, if it is practical to do so.
Moving out.
Mostly, though, it's more about getting your asses into the positions we need you to be in. So, move your ass. Nikki, I know that's a tall order for you, but I'm still going to demand that you do it.
Moving out.
You Jaxman. Chris, why don't you go on Overwatch? And you didn't move, so you... Or rather, you can reload, and you didn't move, so you should be able to go on Overwatch. Kathy Z just going to crack a reload for us.
Shh. I think I heard something.
Yes, it sounds like mutons? What are those? Those are, in fact, mutons. So we have a whole nother pod of muton elites crawling up our butthole. This is not good for us. Not good at all. Are any of them on Overwatch? The answer is no. Alright. Now, ordinarily, we would do something real stupid. Like... Well, how stupid is it, is the question. We can hit 3 of them with that. Jesse James could then take cover and throw a grenade at him. Maybe it's not as stupid as I think. Hugh Jaxman is already in full cover in a firing position. You have shots, right, Huge? He does. You know what? This may be worth go ahead and engage. I was considering just falling back, taking up a position, making the enemy come to us, so that we could then work them over with a little bit of Overwatch. But I think probably the better solution is to just go ahead and straight on engage them right here. So we're going to have Tiger Woods launch a long-range proximity mine. Tiger can do that. Bombard, Grenadier. We do like the Master Sergeant Archers. They have been very, very solid assets to the team. And then we can have Jesse come over here with one of his 9 grenades. And, well, it's going to detonate this. Oh, we're going to hit a lot of guys with this. I think we'll be better off, actually, to do it this way. That's going to get rid of all the cover. These guys are all going to be exposed. And injured. Boom! Quite a bit of damage from Jesse James there. That's some very solid output, sir. Hugh Axeman has not moved. He's going to have a number of shots, but I got to say his 2-hit percentage is not exactly what I would have hoped for. Do we have anybody else who's going to be able to sort of lend anything into the fray here? Kathy Z may be able to do a little bit of work for us, but it's going to put her in a somewhat unfortunate position. I'm not entirely sure it's worth the risk. I don't think it is, really. Let's go a little more conservative. We're not going to be able to finish these guys off this turn. That's for certain. So what we're going to do, we're going to have Hugh Axeman just take one shot. One conservative shot here. Okay, well, it hit. So now I'm considering having him take another shot. 41%. You know what? I'm sorry, Hugh, buddy. You're still better off for us on Overwatch. You really are. Kathy Z, likewise, I want you on Overwatch. Jaden, why don't you take a step up here? You should not be able to see anything, but you will be able to get a little bit... Now, you know what? We're going to have Jaden double move. I want this distortion field on Jesse James. He's in a little bit of an exposed position, and I would prefer that he not be in a little bit of an exposed position. Chris Brown is just going to move. Grenades could be a problem for us, but those guys are far enough away. I don't think we really need to be overly concerned with having them whip a grenade at us. It would be a very, very long throw. Nikki Crater Minaj is going to reload. Let's see how Team Mutant reacts. Yeah, they're going for cover. So this is going to be Hugh Axeman with a little bit of Overwatch. Connected for 7 damage. Considerable contribution from the Huge. The Axeman still chopping. Here comes a grenade. Oh, this guy has Bombard. This is not going to be enough damage for Huge. It also didn't hit, so it's completely irrelevant. Yeah, this guy is a problem. He has Bombard. He's going to hit all of our guys. Oh, nope, he's going to hit Huge Axeman. Alright, well, Huge is an indestructible cover, so that's okay. The 4 damage there is... we can deal with that. We've got Master Sergeant Chris Brown on our team. He can patch us up. That guy did cleverly pull the Overwatch for his friend, who also is going to grenade Huge Axeman, it looks like. Can't tell where that one's going. Also at Huge. Alright, so Huge taking only 6 aggregate damage from that. Not really a problem. That's 1 med kit's worth of work and 1 single heal from our Master Sergeant medicinal delivery system. He regenerated 2 health. I don't really think that's going to save you, sir. Really feel that 2 health is adequate to save the day. Nicki Minaj with 1 very bad shot, or rather 2 very bad shots, or alternatively 1 mediocre shot. Jesse James is honestly the more interesting unit for the turn. Tiger Cougar Woods has shots. Let's see what Hugh Axeman can do. Well, first thing Hugh Axeman can do would be to reload. Kathy Z, what can you do? Put yourself in a great deal of danger. Then again, Kathy Z, danger is her middle name. What do you got? 32% and 32%. Neither one of those is good at all. Hugh Axeman with a 41% and not enough ammo to fire again if that misses. We'd be better off, I think, to a mine fray in this is very tempting. A grenade, though, is also likewise very tempting. I really hate to consume all of my grenades straight out of the box, but it still may be our best play. Alright, that's gonna... You know what? That should be enough to get it done. This should be a kill and damage on our little friend here, who is by no means our friend. God damn it. Alright, so we're short. We're short. Left is short. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, Jesse James. But while you did leave us short, you also left Catherine Zeta-Jones with a very good follow-up. So I'll give you a little bit of bygones there, Jesse. A little bit of bygones.
Dead and gone.
Kathy Z with a kill. Real Steel still has 1 shot, but it is not a quality shot. Don't want to bunch up. Don't want to get grenaded. We could also have Tiger Cougar Woods respond with a grenade of his own here. I think that may be the right play. Alternatively, a proximity mine wouldn't necessarily be a terrible idea either. You know what? Actually, let's do that. I would prefer that these guys not move. I really would. So let's put a proximity mine on... I want it on him. Or as near to him as... Okay. Alright, so there we go. Targeting was going to be a little bit finicky, but That's okay. We'll take a risk of another hit on Tiger Woods if we have to. Real Steel, I want you to reload and go on Overwatch. Our goal here is just to try and discourage this guy from moving as much as possible. We want to try and keep him from moving at all. We also have some interesting chances here with Jaden Smith to use a side panic, which could have very intriguing results. Possibly Nicki Minaj could do... Alright, we're going to take a bit of a risk here. Nicki can't see the enemy. We're going to put Nicki on Overwatch. Jaden Smith should be able to see the enemy from here. Nope. Alright, well, that's a problem. This guy really can't move, though. But he could throw... if we're clumped up like that, it's going to make a grenade too tempting. Can't really afford to take the risk. 3 units that are injured. Let's bring the surgeon down here and have him patch up old Hugh Jacksman. Hugh's healing factor apparently not working as well as we would necessarily have hoped, and he's going to require some outside assistance. Then again, Wolverine loses his healing factor more often than you and I lose our car keys, so it's not entirely unusual for that to be the situation. So Sydney, just a small move in Overwatch here. Let's see if this guy's dumb enough to move. He is not. Little Overwatch from Nicki Crater Minaj delivers a solid hit, 8 damage from the Nixter. Good enough to get the job done. Nicki with the follow-up. BAM! The kill! That's why you don't mess with Nicki Crater Minaj, because she will straight up jack your shit. There was another one hiding back there. Okay then.
Missed.
Unexpected. Oh, this could be problematic. You really got to hit this, Hugh Jacksman. Fantastic work. Also some ace shooting to put it just beneath Tiger Cougar Woods' arm there. I gotta say, I'm not even sure how the angles on that worked, but I'm well pleased with your output. That was a fantastic shot, Hugh Jacksman. Alright, so you're gonna hunker down, but hunkering down will not help you against a mind fray. So I'm gonna do that. That's bad news for you, sir. Also, Psychic EXP for Jesse James. Real Steel with a 1% chance to hit, probably not even worth taking. Let's just have Tiger Cougar Woods go ahead and finish this gentleman off with a combination was that a regular grenade? Okay. It's going to be a little salty if I had doubled up on the proximity mine, because it would have been a complete waste of a mine, but I did not do that.
It's killing time.
Well, let's reload then. Kathy Z, why don't you regroup with the rest of the party, if you would. Nice work, by the way, Catherine Zeta-Jones. I gotta say, Goliaths really are glowing on me. A number of people recommended, actually, that I chop some gunners and make Goliaths. And I'm quite glad that I heeded that recommendation. Kathy Z has been a very solid addition to our team.
Affirmative. Covering now.
So, Chris Brown, we would like you to heal Tiger Cougar Woods if that is at all possible, but Tiger has already moved this turn. So Tiger won't be moving again. Why don't you go... Just take some cover right behind Tiger. We're going to need him patched up a little bit there, Master Sergeant Surgeon Brown there.
I'm on it, Commander.
I think we'll have old Sir Sydney just reposition. He's going to go on Overwatch for us. Nikki, I don't necessarily like you having your back fully exposed. I mean, I know most of the rest of the world very much likes having your back fully exposed, and with good reason, but still. And oh, this is a very serious problem. We need Overwatch to hit here. If we have... okay. Nicki Minaj is just handing out fucking beatdowns, folks. Absolute beatdowns. Those mutons never stood a single solitary chance. And that would have been a real problem, because we have the surgeon out here in the open, dong in hand, completely exposed. It would have been bad news for Chris Brown, but fortunately, Nicki was there to cover his back. Then again, covering his backside is something Nicki probably has plenty of practice with, so I guess it stands to reason. Let's take another conservative turn here. Nicki, I want you to reload. Tiger, you also should probably reload. And I can't imagine there are any more mutant elites in that pod. That's got to be end of the road. Kathy Z is going to reload. Jaden, I think probably Overwatch for you. Jesse, you can reload. Alright, yep, that's going to be it. So we've cleared out this little region then. We do want to still go check out sort of the ship's rectum, just to make sure it's clear. And if it is clear, I may wrap things up here, because we are running a little bit long. Let's have Chris Brown. Chris, can you get a battle scanner out into a reasonable position out here? Not really, so we'll move you once again, and then we'll take one more turn. Is there any cover over here? None.
I'm on the move.
Chris Brown, excited to be participating. Let's
Heading to that
bring
location.
Sir Sydney around over here. We'll drop Sir Sydney into Overwatch.
field, Commander.
I'm just a little concerned there might be another team of enemies over there, and I really would
Rolling
not
out.
rather have to circle back later. Unlike the man with no name or the outlaw Josie Wales, I'm not fully into circling back for a friend. I would rather just they tell me a time and place and then meet them there rather than have to recover old ground.
Scanning.
Everything looks okay. My hunch is that we're probably
Position confirmed.
rectal empty, which means we've recently voided our bowels.
Overwatch.
That's okay. I mean, it's just everybody poops.
Heading to that
Nothing to be
location.
ashamed of. Go on Overwatch here.
Scanning.
Cougar, back up top if you would, sir. Get back into your covering position where you belong.
Overwatch. Roger.
You can lift us up along, you and Love can lift us up where we belong, where eagles fly on a mountain high,
Overwatch.
with Tiger Cougar Woods. I guess stealing lyrics from a John Cougar Mellencamp song probably would have been more appropriate there, since, I mean, Tiger's nickname is Cougar, but
Okay.
what are you going to do? Here we go, then. Let's get a battle scanner out in, say... Come on, Chris Brown. That should be sufficient to reveal what we need revealed.
Scanner in the air.
If there are enemies over here, this should spot them for us. Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Alright then, let's bring Sir
I'm on
Sydney
it,
out and
Commander.
around. Looks good.
Roger.
Okay, now I do fully expect there to be enemies somewhere kind of in this vicinity, so probably what we're going to do is advance and come out this door. I don't really relish the thought of just running pell-mell up that top corridor. Seems like a horrible idea.
Stepping off.
So we're going to set up for this sort of double door kick as quickly as we can.
Move.
That is not what I wanted you to do, Jaden Smith. You have taken the worst possible path to where you needed to be. You know what, Jaden? We're just going to chalk that one up to you still being a little distraught over your sister, and we'll forget it happened. Let's
Heading to that
let's
location.
just not talk about it anymore, Jaden. Doesn't bear additional mention.
Roger that.
Just
Scanning.
forget it happened. El Tigre, why don't you come down there? That's fine. Feel Steel, you can back him up. Actually, I don't mind having you down low. I have to assume we're going to run into some enemies in that middle corridor at some point.
On the move.
Bring Kathy Z around just to fully clear this ship rectal region, and once our team butt plugging and anal probing has been done here, which it has.
Got it covered.
Alright. So we'll give the aliens one more chance here, and then I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Looks like we got some alien activity. Alright, so I think that's going to be the end of this one. We will continue with part 2 of The Harvester in the future. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to click the like button. It really does mean a lot to us when you support us in such fashion. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, of course, including the cataclysmic conclusion to this UFO raid, consider subscribing as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.